Hey, welcome to lesson number 3. We're going to look at determining the validity of a proof or argument. And so first of all, we're going to look at a fallacious proof. So in math, a fallacy is an incorrect argument in logic and deductive reasoning. One of the most famous fallacious proofs is the one we're going to look at. And it's the attempt to prove that 2 is equal to 1 using deductive reasoning. And so the first steps are done for us, and now we need to write the reasoning used beside each step. And step 1 and 2 have been completed, and then we got to determine where the error is made in this proof. And so first of all, the fallacious proof 2 equals 1. So step 1, let A equal B. And so the reason you use this is set up. Step 2, then A plus A is equal to A plus B. And so what we've done is we've added A to each side. What you do on one side, you do to the other. Now, if we see how what's happened from here to here, A plus A becomes 2A, and A plus B just stays as A plus B. So what we've done here is we've combined like terms. Next, from step 3 to step 4, 2A minus 2B equals A plus B minus 2B. We subtract 2B from both sides. And step 5, 2 times A minus B is equal to A minus B. So what we've done, if we compare step 4 to step 5, is we factor 2 out of our equation. And so we factor the left side, and then what we've done is we've simplified the left side. Can't spell it. Simplify right side. And so 2A minus 2B is equal to A plus B minus 2B. And so if we look at the common factor between 2A and 2B, the common factor here is 2. And so the 2 is factored out. And if we look at what we've done over here on the right side, and so A plus B minus 2B, we've simplified the right side. So if I have 2B and I have a positive B, then one of these B's is going to cancel out the other one, leaving us with A minus B. Now what we're going to do, if we go from step 5 to step 6, is you see that we've divided A minus B on both sides. And then what looks like is happening is the A minus B's are canceling out from step 6 to step 7. And then we need to simplify the left side. Or both sides actually. So what we did, we divided by A minus B, and then it looks like it was divided, leaving 1 on this side and 2 on this side. Therefore, 2 equals 1. Now, we know that 2 does not equal 1. And so what happened here? Well, if we look at step 6, so first of all, an error is made in step 6. So we have an error made in step 6, right over here. And the error is, since A is equal to B, A minus B can't equal 0. So you can't divide by A minus B in step 6. So since at the beginning we said A is equal to B, and so if A equals B, then A minus B is equal to 0. If we if we divide by 0, this is undefined. And so when we divided by a minus b, we were actually dividing by 0, which is going to give us an answer that is undefined. And so this is the fallacious proof. And in order for, and this is a section that I think you should pause the video and then read validity here. But in math, a proof is valid if the reasoning is true in every step of the proof. But since our reasoning wasn't true in every step, that meant that we had an invalid proof. And so when we divided by 0, that was an invalid step in our argument, and so that did not lead to the conclusion that we wanted. So this is going to be a pretty quick video. I think what I would like you guys to do is read this section by yourselves. But we're going to look at example number 1, and then I'll leave the rest for you guys. So in example number 1, consider the following argument shown. Argument 1, all women are mortal. Anne Irwin Young is a woman. Therefore, Anne Irwin Young is mortal. Okay, that makes sense. Argument 2, some people who cough have the flu. Jaden has the cough, therefore Jaden has the flu. So first of all, determine which argument has the error in reasoning and explain the error in reasoning in the argument. Okay, so first of all women are mortal. So all women have a lifespan, all women are going to die eventually, just like men. Anne Irwin Young is a woman, therefore Anne Irwin Young is mortal. Good, makes sense. So Anne Irwin Young is mortal, that's true based off of the first, that she's a woman, and if she's a woman, she must be mortal. But argument number 2, some people who cough have the flu. Okay, that's true, some people who cough have flu. Jaden has a cough, therefore Jaden has the flu. Well, Jaden could have a tickle in his throat, right? And that could be causing him to cough. That's not the flu. And so argument number 2 has an error. Jaden doesn't have to have the flu. Right? He doesn't have to have the flu to cough, so we can't conclude or deduce that he has the flu because he has a cough. He could be like coughing under his breath because he's making a joke, or he could be, again, he could have a tickle in his throat, or maybe he's got a cold. It's not the flu, right? So he could cough for any number of reasons, which aren't necessarily the same thing as having the flu. So the last example is class example number 2, and this is one that I think maybe we should do together in class, just as a way to review deductive reasoning. And if you feel like you can start the lesson without doing this example, then we can also do that.